there talking to the wives, girlfriends, women who are like, I am so pissed off. I'm so angry. I've got so much resentment in me, but actually, I still want it to work out. Like, I actually want love. I actually want to feel in love and feel loved again. But I don't know what that would even take because right now I'm shutting down. I'm angry. I'm done. So my name is Shiloh Minor, and I'm a love coach for married women who love their husbands but kind of hate them too. And the purpose of this lesson is to show you the three traps that we tend to fall into in this phase of a relationship and what you can do differently so that you can actually recreate the love you lost or create a whole new love. Because honestly, it's all about moving forward. You cannot really go back. So, the first mistake, let's dive right into it, that we make as women when we're resentful, we're angry, and we still want this relationship is we send a lot of mixed messages. What that looks like is being irritable, short, snappy, cold because we're pissed and we're showing we're pissed and we're not feeling heard, we're not feeling validated, we're not feeling understood. This person is not witnessing the damage of what they've done, but in the same breath, asking for more love, tenderness, attention, time, right? You see how these things are pulling in opposite directions? One hand is saying, get away from me, and one side is saying, oh, please, please come here, I want more. These mixed messages are so natural and instinctual. The reason that it's number one on the list is because we all do it. Um, but it's not going to work for you, and it's going to actually get you more of what you don't want because this hand, which is saying, you've hurt me, you're bad, you're wrong, why do you always, you never, come on, get it, figure it out, is blocking you from receiving the tenderness, the love, the care, the affection, the sweetness, the joy, the romance. And you know this instinctually, right? You feel this tension in your body because when he does do something nice, you're kind of like, oh, that is not even like close to scratching the itch. That is not good enough. You're closed. Your heart is closed. When your heart is closed, you can't receive anything good. You are stuck in your head, which is remembering the past. So essentially, you're stuck in the story about how your relationship has been up to this point, what your husband has done to hurt you, what your man has done to let you down. And so when you ask for more, you actually cannot enjoy it. You can't really feel in love because the resentment and anger are blocking the in love feelings. If you've had this experience, please comment below. Let me know what it's like and what you wish you could do. Because sometimes I hear women saying, like, if I could get over it, I would. Like, I just can't. Or, like, if I could really feel in love again, I would. But, like, I'm just kind of sick of this person. They've hurt me too much. But again, in the next breath, they're not ready to leave. They're not ready to go. So they're riding this fence, okay? Mixed messages, which leads to riding the fence, which leads to you getting nothing of what you want and more of what you don't want. Because you're sending the message to him that no matter what he does, it's not going to make a difference. And the sad part is that's kind of true. When we're in this state, there's not much he could do that would make a difference. I know this because I've worked with men who have done everything right, but because their wife has closed her heart, she's incapable of receiving. Does this mean it's all our fault, all our responsibility? No, 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 no. Men can do a lot to create a safe space for us, and the men I work with are building that and creating room for their wives' hearts to open back up again. But the shortcut is for you to choose to open your heart. Hi, Daniel. That is the fastest route to receiving what you want. And it's not something that's taught. We think that feelings just happen to us. You know, Cupid's arrow, ping. Oh, I'm so in love. Oh, look, it went away. It's just fickle. It happens. Well, that's our instincts at play, right? That's just like, oh, he made me feel good. I feel in love. Oh, he made me feel bad. I don't feel in love. I don't feel open. But that is a very superficial and essentially immature way to interact with love and relationship. Long-term relationships cannot be sustained with that type of attitude of like, oh, this is so essentially something that's happening to me. So the second mistake we make is that we take a victim stance, which is this relationship is happening to me. This man is hurting me. He's causing me pain. Now, we're not talking about true victimization in the abusive relationships. Right now, we're talking about what I would consider normal problems, which is emotional needs not being met, miscommunication, defensiveness, inability to negotiate tasks. These are things that every relationship pretty much goes through. So then you have to ask yourself, how am I going to do it? Because if you choose the victim stance, which is no matter what, this person treats me bad, no matter what I do, they never do what I want. There's nothing I can do about it. I'm screwed. This is terrible. You are teaching your brain that you have no power. You're teaching your brain that you're an infant. I know that sounds harsh. I'm a little bit with a tough love here, but the inner child, the small parts of us, were powerless once, were victims of their environment once. And when we attach to that part of us that's very convinced that this has nothing to do with us and everything is their fault, we are completely stripping ourselves of the power we need to create a beautiful relationship to get what we want. So, number one, we send mixed messages. Number two, we identify with the victim parts in us and we make them our whole nature and our whole relationship. When we get healthy, we see that there are many parts, there's many layers, there's many threads. Okay, over here, things are actually kind of great. Over here, I'm receiving beautifully. Over here, not so much. Over here, I'm creating greatness in the relationship. Over here, I'm kind of sabotaging it. It's a lot of different things. It's not black and white. It's not victim, perpetrator, rescuer. If you know the drama triangle, we can talk more about that. That's not reality. That is an oversimplification of reality that we go to when we are stressed, when we're scared, when we don't know what to do. Okay, so the number three thing that we do that gets in our own way of getting what we want is we retell the stories of pain. We relive it, we embody it, we tell it to ourselves, we tell it to our friends, we tell it to our mother, we tell it to our therapist. And we just go on and on and on. Do you remember that time when it was our anniversary and he didn't remember and he went over to his mother's house and was like, "What's the big deal?" Or can you believe the audacity he had to not even tell me when he was coming home when I had three little kids and I was drowning? And this could be 10, 15, 20 years later. It's not uncommon to see a woman who's been married 20 years reliving stories from 20 years ago. And you think, yeah, it hurt, it sucked. It did suck, and it's real. Your pain is real. I'm not minimizing the pain. But what you are doing by reliving and retelling and reenacting stories of pain, of victimhood, of hurt feelings is you are expanding them. You are growing them. You're cultivating them. If this is your garden, you're watering the weeds. You're like, let me fertilize these. Let's make sure they get enough sunshine. We need to tell everyone, we need to have a sign in front of them. This is the victim part of the garden, and this is the biggest part of the garden because those weeds will take over everything else. They will choke out all the fruit, all the goodness, all the flowers. So, what do you do instead? What does a happily married woman do? She catches herself in the act of re victimizing herself mentally, of looking for validation from friends and family to say, oh, yeah, that does suck. Sucks to be you. Your husband's kind of an ass. How are you going to turn your marriage around when you have committed to, relived, and cultivated everything that's wrong with it over and over again? The first time something happens, that's a fact. That's an event. That's what he did. That's what you did. The interpretations of it are still up for grabs, but that happened. There's nothing you can do about it. But after that, it now belongs to you. It doesn't belong to him anymore. Now it's something that lives in your memory, that lives in your body, as they say, rent free. Actually, it's not rent free. It costs you your physical health, your emotional health, your mental health, and your ability to love and receive love. So it's not your fault. This is instinct. We all do it. We ruminate, we rehash, we figure out, we complain. If you find yourself falling into those ruts, this is what I can help you get out of because you are cultivating sadness, you're cultivating suffering, and you cannot transform your marriage and build something new when you are living in the pain of the past, when you're essentially marinating in it. Number one, we send mixed messages. You're such an asshole. You don't do anything right. How could you possibly? And please come here. Please love me. I want more from you. I want more attention. I want more time. I want kindness. I want romance. This is a push pull. This is confusing. It's like putting your foot on the gas and the brakes at the same time. It's just going to wreck your car. That was number one. Number two, no, I forgot what it was. Number three is that we live in the past and our resentments. Number two is gone, but you can go back and listen to it. Basically, we tell ourselves story as victimization. Number two is victimization. We identify with the part of ourself that has been victimized, and we allow again her to run our life. All of us have victimized thoughts. All of us have parts that feel alone, unheard, forgotten, neglected. This is normal. But we do not want the victimized part to be at the wheel. We don't want them to be running our relationship, okay? Push pull, victimization, living in the past, in the ruts. All these things are not inevitable. They're not stuck that way. They're not just the past. There's too much water under the bridge is not true. The reality is you get to choose what you think about. You get to choose what you make it mean. You get to choose what kind of relationship you want to have. You get to choose if you're going to put in the time and energy to learn the skills to stand up for yourself, to learn the skills to invite the love you want, to gain the capacity to open your heart after it's been hurt. I will tell you right now that the number one, well, there's maybe two. The top one wife skill for long-term loving relationships is knowing how to consciously open your heart when you choose to. And number two is knowing how to stand for things that are very important to you without backing down. That is having the strong spine and the open heart, and you need both. You need both, and these are skills that we're not taught to women, that we don't see in our environment, that we have no idea what they are. We just see people saying, I feel bad, I need to leave. I feel bad, I need to leave. Yes, of course you feel bad because you don't have the skills to feel good. You don't have the skills to create the circumstances to feel good. So this is what we work with in my coaching. If you want to talk to me and have a free consultation, it's a connection assessment. I will go through all your pieces. You get to tell me all your stories of victimhood, and I want to hear them because I'm going to understand what's really going on in your relationship. What are the facts? What are the things that you can do without his help, without his agreeing to go to couples therapy? You and me can work this out. My whole process is based on practices that you have 100% control over. That he cannot stop you from doing them just because he's not wanting to read a book or he doesn't want to go to therapy or doesn't want to go on dates. You can do all of the things that I teach. And that's what I love about it. There is no place where your power is outsourced to somebody else, 100% relying on your power. Does that mean he doesn't do anything? No, of course not, because you want things and you need things that you legitimately want and need. I'm here to help you get them in a mature way, in a healthy way, in an honest way. So, message me, comment below. I will the link is in my bio. Also, I have a free guide at shilohminor.com, which expands on these concepts a bit, which is the top 5 ways that women tend to sabotage themselves in love. And I know that you will see yourself in there because everyone's like, oh my gosh, I do all these things. So check it out and please message me. Message me your questions, message me your takeaways. Let me know what you are benefiting from so I can create more of that. I can't wait to hear from you.